Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine, and today I'm going to talk about the coronavirus. I know that on YouTube they don't like for us to talk about that, so this video might not be monetized, but I do have messages about it, and I'm going to explain why it's here and what the planets have to do with it, because a lot of people don't understand. But so first we're going to talk about the planet Pluto. The planet Pluto is a planet that deals with huge financial matters. It deals with masses of people, a lot of people, and it deals with viruses. So when it comes in, it emphasizes on all those subjects. Okay, and it's traveling with Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter is a planet that everything it touches, it makes it more than what it is. And when you put both of them together, okay, then they create a huge problem. Okay, Jupiter usually brings in good luck, but when it's with Pluto, it brings in this huge mess that we got going on. Excuse me. So Jupiter and Pluto always meet every 13 years. So that doesn't mean it brings a virus every 13 years, but it does. Pluto does bring. Excuse me, I'm joking. Hold on. Okay. Pluto does bring in virus like every 100 years. And 100 years ago, we had the Spanish flu. Okay, I'll talk about that in a little bit. So, Jupiter is known to expand things, expand everything it touches. So with it coming in with Pluto, it's touching the virus, so it's making it bigger. It's making it huge. It's making financial problems because Pluto touches on that, so it's making our financial problems bad. You know, no job, places closing down, masses of people gathering, you know, looting, the protests and all of that. So these two planets are part of the reason of why, you know, we're having this pandemic now. Yeah, and Pluto always wants to multiply things. So if it's bringing in the virus, it's going to multiply it several times because Pluto and Jupiter meet in 2020 3 times. Okay, so their last meeting is going to be in November, and that's why I say we're going to have a second round of Corona. We're already in the beginning of it, and it's going to surface again. When we think that it's going away, it's just hiding. It's like a snake in the grass. It's hiding. It goes dormant, and then it's going to wake back up because it's not gone yet. Okay, it will not leave until Pluto and Jupiter are gone. When Pluto and Jupiter leave our sector, it will take the virus with them. But the good news is that Jupiter is also known for leaving a gift. Okay, if you read astrology, which I always advise everybody to read astrology, you'll understand better what I'm talking about, because Jupiter will leave a gift of money and financial success. So when the virus disappears, we're all going to be better off than we were, or at least back to where we were. Okay, so we still got a little while to go. I'm sorry, y'all, I cannot talk. I've been talking all day, so I'm losing my voice. Okay, so yeah, Pluto also searches. It searches for problems to bring to our attention. Okay, so if there's any problem going on with financial stuff, sickness, health, it's going to touch on that. Also, Pluto affects older people. So that's why we're seeing the older people being affected by the virus. Okay, and then Jupiter touches the lungs. Okay, so together, what does that do? It's affecting older people and it's attacking the lung. Because every planet touches a part of the body. The reason I have the Judgment card here, this is the awakening card to wake y'all up, to make you aware of what's happening. This is the aha card. I call it the aha card. This is when you're elevating, finding out new information, or moving to a different phase. That's why this card is here. Okay, so yeah. I do feel that prosperity will follow after the crisis is over. Again, like I said, Jupiter will bring a gift, leave a gift of money or some type of financial gift. Yeah. So we did see it rage, the virus raged, in the beginning during March and April, May, and then it kind of calmed down. And now because Pluto and Jupiter separated, but now they met again in June, so we saw another rise in it, and now they're separating, and then they will meet again in November. So in November and September is when it's going to be really, really big. It's going to come raging in. That's the second round of the virus, and it's going to rage really, really bad. I also feel like our misuse of the world's resources, such as water, our planet, has also led to an imbalance, which also encourages the deadly virus to surface. All the resources have to be running smoothly on the earth for us to overcome stuff like this. And if we misuse water, wastewater, and pollute the planet, and just things like that, then these diseases rage. They have a better chance at raging and coming after us. So it's very important that we also take care of the earth. We take care of the earth will take care of us. All right. So again, like I said, the Spanish influenza flu was in 1918. That was over 100 years ago. And that was their first one. Only back then they didn't have a lot of knowledge of like social distancing, how to protect themselves. And in the service, the armed service, the World War I was still going on, and they were very, very close together, close quarters. So hundreds of soldiers died because they had the influenza flu, and hundreds of them died. It was a huge amount because they were so close together. It took out like more than 1/4 of the world's population. That's a lot. 1/4 of the world's population, the whole world. Okay, so yeah, they were really, really tight. You can read about that if you Google the Spanish influenza or the Spanish flu of 1918. All right. Yeah, so this virus really is no joke. A lot of people don't take it serious, and it's the people that aren't wearing their mask, aren't washing their hands. Today I went to Walmart and I saw a man with his 2 children. He had a mask on, but the children didn't. I was like, are you kidding me? You're protecting yourself, but you're not protecting your kids? I mean, what is wrong with you? This is the kind of things I see. Now in November, all through December, it's going to rage, but it's going to affect a lot of children. And this is one of the reasons why. Why are you protecting yourself and not your children? And also because kids are going back to school. When kids are in school, they can't remember not to touch their face or their eyes or their ears or whatever. They're going to rub their eyes. This thing is airborne, and it's on surfaces. So if you touch it and rub your eyes, you're going to get it. It doesn't just go through your nose where you're breathing it in. It's also going to go through your eyes if you touch it. So I would advise you not to send your kids to school. You can still homeschool. It's legal to homeschool. You don't have to send them. And wait till the virus is gone before you send your children, because there's a lot of children going to be infected in November through December, like a huge, huge amount. Okay, this is a warning. I'm telling you, this is a warning. All right. Yeah, Pluto rules like masses of people, and that's another thing. That's why the protests came in, because Pluto is here and it rules masses of people doing stuff. Jupiter touched on that and it emphasized on it. Okay, but that's a whole different subject. But Pluto and Jupiter had something to do with that too, because they're here in our sector and they're not going to leave anytime soon. Okay. So we do need to get back to the normal, whatever our normal is. And I do see it coming. But you need to follow everything that the people say, as far as covering your mouth, washing your hands, keeping your distance. Because this is not a joke. A lot of people think it's funny. It's not a joke. They're not going to get it. But this virus is not prejudice. It will attack anybody, anytime, anywhere. Okay, some people survive, a lot of people don't. The elderly have a harder time getting over it, and young children have a harder time getting over it, because it does attack the lungs, and it fills the lungs with fluid where you're literally drowning in your own fluid, and it's hard to get that out. All right, so yeah, this is just a small video on it, because somebody had asked me about the virus, how long it was going to be here. and when it was going to leave. So I decided to touch on this. If I don't get monetized, it's okay, because YouTube does not want us to use the word corona, and that's why I call it the disease. And some stupid guy says, oh, it's called the corona, learn your viruses, blah, 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 blah. Well, you don't know the rules of YouTube, okay? You're not on here making these videos trying to get paid, so shut up. That's what I say. So, guys, I do believe in the power of prayer, because God has the ultimate say-so. He is the master. He's the one that decides. He's the ultimate doctor. Okay, and the more people gather and pray, the more He listens. So everybody needs to pray, and we all need to respect each other. And right now we can't be close. We can't talk to each other, but you can always Skype, phone call, check on your loved ones, see how they're doing, if they need anything. The more good karma you create, the better off we are. The better the universe can help us when we put good karma out there. Okay, so check on each other, spread kindness and compassion, because that's what everybody needs right now, especially the people that are losing their jobs, their homes, don't have any food. If you have plenty, call a neighbor and see, hey, do you need a roll of toilet paper, or what do you need? How can I help you? Because God will always pay that back to you 3 times fold. That's a scripture, okay? Whatever you put out there comes back to you 3 times fold. If you're putting out good, you're going to receive 3 times what you gave. If you put out bad, you're going to receive 3 times what you put out there. So think about that, okay? This is my video on the coronavirus update. Y'all, if you want a personal reading, contact me with the information down below, and I'll get back at you, all right? See you next time. Bye-bye.